Hello my friends, it's Shaina Marie again. Welcome to my channel or welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a regular vinyasa yoga flow. So this is going to hit all the areas of your body, but particularly today we are focusing on opening up the chest, the shoulders, and just stretching out that whole front of our body and also our shoulder blades. So that is our main focus today, but we will be hitting all aspects throughout this yoga flow. This flow is intended for all levels, but it will have some more challenging postures. We are going to try a few forearm stands and a few handstands. So if you would like to practice those when they do happen on a wall, make sure you are near one, or just skip it, right? If it's too much and it's not in your practice yet, skip it. Don't let it ruin your flow, and then just catch up with us when we get back to it, okay? Other than that, you don't need anything, but if you do have a pair of yoga blocks, I will be cueing those at some point for a couple of these postures, but they aren't mandatory, okay? We're going to get started right away, so make sure you're ready, you have your space set up, start your music, and let's begin. So we're going to start today on our bellies. Yes. Coming all the way down onto your mat, and then you can just place your arms along your sides, turning to one cheek. Let yourself kind of melt down into your mat, warming yourself up to this space and really grounding here. Feel the tops of your thighs pressing into the ground. Feel your shoulders relax and let gravity naturally pull them down, softening yourself from head to toe. Feel your breath, taking a nice deep inhale, pressing your belly out to push into the ground. And on your exhale, draw your belly button in away from your mat, imagining your navel coming to your spine. And again, full breath in. Slow, intentional exhale. If you haven't yet closed the eyes, just take these first few breaths to ground right here. Feeling the freedom of being on your mat, the freedom of being in this space, and knowing that for this practice today, you don't need to be anyone but yourself. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to push yourself to an uncomfortable place. If you want to, that's fine. But maybe for today, we just focus on being our truest selves, meeting yourself right where you are, and just flowing, breathing, feeling, and moving with what feels good to you. Take 2 more deep breaths here, relaxing even further if you still have some grip. Let yourself melt down. Let go. Release. Slowly, we're going to pick the heads up and prop our chin on the earth or just lift the head slightly off the ground. Bring your arms to a nice cactus shape, so an L position, out to the sides. And then tent your left fingertips out to the side. So you're straightening the left arm, tenting the fingertips. Slowly start to lean into that right arm. You should feel this in the armpit area. Keep lifting the left side of your chest and pressing into that right elbow. If you have space for it, pick your left toes up and tap them behind you. You should feel this in that armpit area. Or just opening up the chest. Let's take a few more breaths. And slowly pull it back through center. Bring both arms to that nice cactus shape. Stretch your right hand out, tenting the fingertips, and slowly lean onto that left arm, pressing into the right hand. Again, if you have space for it, pick your right toes up and tap them behind you. Let's take a few breaths here. Opening up that chest. Woo, I know it's painful. Let's take one more breath. And slowly pull it back through center. You can bring your hands in, planting the palms, and then press yourself up to a tabletop pose, hands and knees. You may need to walk your knees in a little bit. Take a deep inhale, lift your chest, let your belly fall, and then draw the shoulders back. Exhaling, press the ground away, puff your shoulders up, and tuck your chin. Again, inhale, look forward, lift that chest, let your ribs dip. Exhale, round up that spine, tuck your chin, and press the ground away. Let's take a few more cat-cows just like that, warming up the spine, and taking these first moments to feel your breath with your movement. So that strong inhale as you lift and let your belly dip, send the hips up. Exhale to round, tuck it in, press the ground away. Let's do a couple more on your own. Maybe close the eyes again. Just really feel the whole movement. Feel your spine waving and warming up. Feel your breath expanding and contracting the lungs. And slowly pull it back through center. Keep your hips right where they are, right above the knees. And then start to walk your fingertips forward. Dive your chest towards the floor. Keep walking those fingers forward and then really dive that chest towards the earth. Send your hips up high. You want them to be over the knees like we started. And then open your shoulder blades up. Maybe your chest touches the earth. Maybe your chin touches the earth. And then feel your shoulders spread apart. So it's like an exaggerated child's pose. Press into your forearms and then take 3 deep breaths. Whew. 2 more. Open the shoulders up a little more. 1 more breath. And exhaling, lift up, walk those hands back. Keep your hands a little bit forward, curl your toes under, and then send your hips up and back to a downward facing dog position. If this is your first down dog of today, take a moment to just feel, to settle in. Spread your fingertips wide, press your palms into the earth, and then lengthen the sides of your arms, lifting your hip creases high. If you need to, maybe cycle the legs, feeling the hamstrings, pedaling the feet. Take a couple breaths here, pull your ribs in. Try not to let your belly splay out. And then slowly come back to a neutral down dog. Press the ground away, lift those hips. Inhaling, rise to your tippy toes, gaze forward. Exhaling, tiptoe to the top of the mat. Nice and slow, folding forward, Uttanasana, let the head hang. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen the spine forward. Exhaling, fold in, soften the knees. Breathe in, fingertips to sky, root down into the feet. Exhaling, palms together, pull hands through heart, grounding at your center. Deep inhale, fingertips reach, look up. Exhaling, fold forward, hinging at the waist, softening the hips. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen that heart forward. Exhaling, step your right foot back. Lower that back knee to the earth and inhale, fingertips to sky, low lunge. Take a strong breath here. Exhaling, bring fingertips down. Walk that left foot forward and then straighten the leg. Energetically pull that left hip back, maybe toes spread and reach towards your face. Take a breath, take the chest forward and then fold forward into it. And exhaling, bend the knee. You can walk the foot back, step back to a high plank position. Take a strong breath in high plank. Come forward to your tippy toes. Lower all the way to the earth. Bring hands behind your back to clasp. Draw your knuckles beneath the tailbone. Inhale, lift chest, arms, legs up. Squeeze those inner thighs. Take a breath. Lift your heart. Look forward. Exhaling, release. Plant your palms. Send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Deep inhale, stretch your right leg back long. Exhaling, pull the knee to your heart. Squeeze it nice and tight. Take a breath in. Sigh it out, exhale. One more breath in. And on your exhale, step the foot forward. Lower your back knee, breathe in, fingertips to sky, low lunge. Take a strong breath, pull the ribs in. Exhaling, fingertips to earth. Crawl that right foot forward and straighten the leg. Spread the toes, reach them towards your face. Take a breath, heart forward, and fold into it for a half splits. One more inhale. Exhaling, bend the knee. You can pull the foot back. Curl your back toes under to lift that back leg up, stepping forward and folding at the top of the mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen forward. Exhaling, fold into it, release. Breathe in, fingertips to sky, stretch tall. Exhaling, press palms together, draw hands through heart, grounding at your center again. Deep inhale, fingertips reach, root down, look up. Exhaling, fold forward, soften the knees, let it go. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen forward. Exhaling, step your left foot back. Lower the knee to the earth, breathe in, sweep fingertips to sky, low lunge. Exhaling, fingertips down. Crawl that right foot forward and straighten the leg. Pull the hip back. Take a breath and fold forward, half splits. Exhaling, bend the knee. Step back, plank pose. Puff those shoulders up, come forward to your tippy toes, and lower slow like molasses to the earth. Bring hands behind your back to clasp. Draw knuckles down. Inhale, lift chest, arms, legs up. Shavasana with a bind. Breathe in. Exhale, lower. Plant your palms. Downward facing dog. Deep inhale, stretch your left leg back long. Reach those toes. Exhaling, draw knee to chest. Pull it tight. Take a breath in. Sigh it out. And one more breath in. Exhaling, step forward. Lower your back knee. Breathe in. Fingertips to sky. Low lunge. Exhaling, bring hands down. Walk that left foot forward and straighten the leg. Pull the left hip back. Take a breath. Stretch the chest forward and fold into it. One more inhale here. Keep pulling that left hip back. Exhaling, bend the front knee, curl your back toes, and lift that back leg up, stepping it forward and folding into it. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen the heart. Exhaling, fold in, release, let it go. Deep inhale, stretch fingertips to sky. Bring palms together and stretch up, and then slowly take those palms back, back, back. Opening the heart up. See if you can point those index fingers all the way back, maybe clasping fingers together. Take a breath when you can't go any further. And slowly pull it back up. Breathe here. Exhaling, fold forward, release. Woo. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen the heart forward. Exhaling, plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Come forward to your tippy toes and lower slowly to the earth. Squeeze elbows into your sides. Inhale, cobra, lift your chest. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. Take a breath, look forward. Exhaling, release. Curl toes under. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in down dog. Rise to your toes, gaze forward. Exhaling, step or hop to the top of your mat. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen the heart forward. Exhaling, fold into it, release. Breathe in, fingertips to sky, stretch tall. Bring the palms together. Maybe you clasp the fingers and leave the index fingers out. And inhale, stretch that chest back. Point the fingers, maybe look behind you and take a strong breath in. And slowly pull it back through center, look forward. Exhaling, fold forward, release. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen forward. Exhaling, plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Come forward to your tippy toes, squeeze that belly, lower slowly to the earth. Hug elbows in, draw shoulders back. Inhale, cobra, lift your chest. Pull the shoulders down, take a breath. Exhale, lower. Curl your toes under. Use your core to push yourself up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale, press the ground away. Rise to your toes, look forward. Exhaling, step or float to the top of your mat. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen the heart. Exhaling, fold forward, release. Inhale, fingertips to sky, stretch tall. Clasp those hands together and stretch it back. Take a breath in, look back. Inhale through center, reach. Exhaling, fold forward, release. Find that rhythm. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back, plank pose. Come forward to your tippy toes. Squeeze your elbows in. This time we're coming halfway down for chaturanga. Pull your chest forward and through to up dog. Lift the heart. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Let's take a strong breath in. Rise to your toes, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float, top of mat. We're going to do one more just like that. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, release. Breathe in, fingertips to sky, stretch tall. Clasp those fingers together and inhale, stretch the chest back. Maybe look even further behind you. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Come forward to your tippy toes. Squeeze those elbows lower halfway, only halfway, right? Pull the chest forward and through, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a strong breath in down dog. Rise to your toes, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Find length in the spine. Exhaling, bend your knees, sit back. Utkatasana, fingertips reach. Now your feet can be hip width or they can be together, your choice. I want you to hug your ribs in, curl your tailbone underneath you, and then sit deeper. Open your palms up to the ceiling and take a breath. Exhaling, straighten the legs, fold forward, let it go. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Come forward to your toes, lower halfway down. Inhaling, pull forward and through up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward and wide on your mat. Pivot your back heel flat. Breathe in, arms reach forward and up, warrior one. Exhaling, bring right elbow on top of left. Wind the arms around for eagle arms or grab opposite shoulders. Send those elbows forward. Pull your shoulder blades apart. Take a breath. Exhale, fold halfway. Squeeze your inner thighs to gracefully drag your back foot forward and up. Warrior three with a bind. Deep breath. Exhaling, release. Plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Wash it away, come forward to your toes, lower halfway down. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. One breath, step your right foot forward. Pivot your back heel flat, nice and wide. Breathe in, arms forward and up, warrior one. Exhaling, left elbow on top of right. Wind the arms around for eagle arms. Press those elbows forward, separate the shoulders, take a breath, look forward, dig into that front knee. Exhaling, fold halfway. Hug your ribs in and squeeze your inner thighs to drag your back foot forward and up, warrior three. Take a breath here, look forward. Exhaling, release. Plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Come forward to your toes, hug those elbows in, lower halfway. Use your core. Pull forward and through up dog. Draw the shoulders back. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a strong breath in. Sigh it out. Another breath in. Sigh it out. Settle for a moment. Feel your body now that it's warmed up. And on your next breath in, rise to your toes, gaze forward. Exhaling, step or float to the top of your mat. Folding forward, Uttanasana. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhaling, bend your knees, sit back, Utkatasana, fingertips reach. Hollow the armpits out and spiral your pinkies in. Take a strong breath, sit deeper. Exhaling, fold forward, soften the hips. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, plank pose. Come forward to your toes, lower halfway. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Pivot your back heel flat. Breathe in, warrior one, slow it down. Exhaling, right elbow on top of left. Wind the arms around for eagle arms. Send those elbows forward. Squeeze your inner thighs to drag your back foot forward and up, warrior three. Take a breath here. Exhale, release. Plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Come forward to your toes and lower halfway down. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Find that rhythm. Pivot your back heel flat. Breathe in, fingertips to sky. Slow down. Exhaling, left elbow on top of right. Wind the arms around for eagle arms. Take a breath, sink into that front knee. Exhaling, fold halfway. Squeeze your inner thighs to drag your back foot forward and up, warrior three. Take a breath, find balance. Exhale, release. Plant your palms. Wash it away, come forward, lower halfway. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Let's breathe in. And out. Another breath in. And out. On your next breath in, rise to your tippy toes, gaze forward. Exhaling, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, fold forward, release, let it go. Deep inhale, stretch fingertips to sky. Exhaling, clasp opposite elbows. Stretch yourself up towards the ceiling and exhale, side bend to your right, pulling on that left elbow. Inhale through center, maybe flipping the grip. Exhaling, side bend to your left, pulling on your right elbow. Whew. Inhale through center, stretch tall. Exhaling, fold forward, soften your hips. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, sit back, Utkatasana, fingertips reach. This time I want you to take your feet together if you can. Big toes are touching. Squeeze your inner thighs and sink deep into your chair. Take a breath. And exhale, come all the way down, lifting your heels to a tiny little squat. Split your knees wide. And take your hands out in front of you, shoulder distance apart. Squeeze your knees high up on your upper arms. Squeeze your upper arms tight. And then start to rock yourself forward, coming to the balls of your feet. You may stay here today. That's totally legit. If you want to try going a little further, keep squeezing your elbows towards each other and rocking your weight forward, coming to your tippy toes. Maybe one foot picks up, maybe two for Bakasana or crow pose. Take a breath wherever you're at. And exhale, step or float back to plank or chaturanga. Inhaling, lift your chest up dog, wash it away. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and let it out. Inhale, stretch your left leg back long. Exhaling, bend the knee, open the hip, gaze under that left arm. Keep drawing heel to butt, and then maybe peek under the left arm. If you can, trying to deepen that opening. And inhale, turn back through center, thigh bone down, stretch the left foot back. Exhaling, pull the knee to heart, squeeze it tight, step lightly forward. Pivot your back heel flat, breathe in, arms come open to a T, Virabhadrasana 2, reach the fingertips. Drop your shoulders away from the ears and take a strong breath. Exhaling, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, take it back. Keep lunging into that front knee, take an inhale here. And slowly bring it back up through center, reach the fingertips. Exhaling, left forearm, left thigh. Press down, open the chest, and inhale your right arm over the head. Long line of energy from right heel to fingertips. Exhaling, straighten your front leg. Draw that left hip back. Bring fingertips to earth or shin. Inhale, right fingertips to sky. Take a breath here. Keep energetically pulling that left hip back. Exhaling, soften your front knee. Squeeze your inner thighs to gracefully drag your back foot forward and up, half moon. Turn your pelvis open to the right and inhale that right hand to sky. If you're someone that has a block, you may want to put your left hand right on top of the block to find a little more balance here. Let's take a breath in. And exhale, turn the chest down. Standing splits, send that right heel to the sky. Exhale, step back to plank pose. And then take your hips up and back, downward facing dog, skipping the vinyasa. Take a breath in, down dog. And on your exhale, I want you to drop your forearms to the earth. Whew. So you're in dolphin pose. Don't overthink it. You may want to take your hands together. It's easier on the shoulders. Take a breath here. And exhaling, walk your feet back, squeeze your gut, and look forward, coming to forearm plank. Wrap your tailbone back and keep your hips level with your shoulders. Take a breath. And on your exhale, walk your toes back towards your elbows, lifting your hips, opening the shoulders, dolphin pose. Take a breath. And exhale, walk the feet back, forearm plank. Yes, we are repeating this. Take an inhale, look forward, press your forearms down, puff your shoulder blades up. Exhaling, walk the feet back, dolphin pose. Last one here. Let's take a breath in. Sigh it out. So you can walk yourself up to a downward facing dog or plank. If you want to do a crazy movement here, press into your palms, look forward. Try to draw your elbows forward, keeping them towards each other. You're going to come into this weird crouching posture, sending your chest all the way forward to chaturanga. Woo! Pull the heart forward and through, up dog. Nice job. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Let it out. Inhale, stretch right toes back. Exhaling, bend your knee, open your hip, gaze under that right arm and take a breath. Inhale through center, stretch the heel back. Exhaling, pull knee to chest, squeeze it tight, step forward. Pivot your back heel flat, breathe in, Virabhadrasana 2, fingertips reach. Take a strong breath here, drop those shoulders down. Exhaling, flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, take it back. Deep inhale here, stretching that right arm back. And slowly pull it up through center, Vira 2, fingertips reach. Exhaling, bring right forearm to right thigh, press down, turn your chest open, and inhale, left arm over the head, pressing into the pinky edge of that left foot. Exhaling, straighten your front leg, draw the right hip back, bring fingers to earth, shin, or block. Inhale, left hand to sky. Take a breath. Exhale, soften your front knee. Squeeze your inner thighs to gracefully drag your back foot forward and up, half moon. Turn your pelvis open to the left and inhale, left fingertips to sky. Take a breath here. And exhaling, turn the chest down. Standing splits, left leg grows long. Step back, plank pose. And sink the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Without thinking about it, drop your forearms to the earth. And slowly crawl your feet back, squeeze your belly, inhale, forearm plank. Puff your shoulders up like there's a balloon in them, squeeze your core. Exhaling, walk your toes towards your elbows, lift your hips, and lengthen both sides of your arms. Take a breath. And slowly walk it back, forearm plank. Lift your chest, look forward. Exhale, crawl the toes in. Lift your hips. Deep breath here. We're going to do that one more time. Walk back, forearm plank, look forward, press down. And slowly crawl the toes in. Take a breath, lift your hips. So you have your options here. I'm going to go this weird chaturanga route. I'll meet you downward facing dog. Whatever you choose today. It's on you. Let's take a breath in and let it out. Exhale. Inhale, rise to your tippy toes, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, find length. Exhale, fold in, release. Breathe in, fingertips to sky. Exhale, pull hands through heart, grounding at your center. Deep inhale, lift your left knee up. On your exhale, cross the left ankle over your right thigh and then bend the right leg, sitting back into that heel. I want you to think sit bones to the back of the mat and chest forward. Keep pressing that left ankle into your right thigh and then really, really hinge at the waist. So you're bending those knees. Take a breath, chest forward. If you have space for it, maybe the fingertips stretch to a block or the earth, whatever you can get to. Spread the left toes and take a few breaths. For gentleman's pose. And slowly come back up to standing. Draw that knee in. Inhale, fingertips to sky. And then kick the left heel out like I am in front of you and you are trying to kick me. It's okay. I can take it. Take a breath here. Exhaling, windmill that left leg all the way down and back, sending heel to sky, standing splits, reach up. So look at your hands. Bring them shoulder distance apart and then hop your right foot back just a little bit. Grip the ground like you are grabbing a basketball with both hands and press the ground away, straightening your arms. Look in between your thumbs. You may stay here, just stretching that left leg up and lifting your right heel. If you want to try a couple handstand hops, take a breath in, hug your belly in, and take a little hop up, drawing that right knee in towards your chest, okay? Deep breath, hop up, draw it in. Let's do one more. Deep breath here. Hop up, draw the knee in, maybe finding handstand if you want to, and then step yourself back to plank pose, taking your vinyasa, lowering to chaturanga, and pulling chest forward and through up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. It's over. Let it go. Inhale, send your left leg back long. Exhaling, pull the knee to your right upper arm squeeze. Inhale through center, find length. Exhaling, step your left foot forward. Pivot your back heel flat. Breathe in, Virabhadrasana 1, fingertips reach. We've been here before. Let's take a breath in, stretch tall. Exhaling, clasp hands behind the back. Draw your knuckles down, heart opens towards the ceiling. Keep lunging into that left leg. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Pull the hip back. Keep the bind. Fold halfway forward. Take a breath here. Stretch that chest forward. On your exhale, release the bind. Bring right hand to earth or block. Inhale, left fingertips to sky. You can walk that right foot in a little bit because we're twisting. Draw the left hip back. Take a breath. Try to gaze off your fingertips. Exhaling, soften your front knee. Squeeze your inner thighs to drag your back foot forward and up to revolved half moon. Take an inhale, left hand to sky, chest is facing the left. Exhaling, turn it down. Standing splits, right leg grows long. Deep inhale. Step your right foot back. Plant your palms. And inhale, left leg to sky, one-legged down dog. Without thinking about it, drop your forearms to the earth. Woo! Take a breath here and hop your right foot in. Keep stretching that left leg up. Breathe here, stretch it even further. Let's take one more inhale, maybe raise the right heel up. And exhaling, send that left foot down. You can walk yourself up to plank or finding whatever vinyasa you choose. I'll meet you. Downward facing dog. Nice job. Take a breath in. Sigh it out. Inhale, rise to your toes, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Breathe in, lift halfway, find length. Exhale, fold into it, release. Inhale, fingertips to sky, stretch tall. Exhaling, draw hands through heart, grounding at your center again. Deep inhale, lift your right leg up. Take a breath here and exhaling, cross right ankle over the left thigh. Sit back into that heel, sending hips back, chest forward. Spread the toes and then keep pressing that right ankle down. Take a few breaths, just getting a nice gentleman's pose stretch. Make sure you are squeezing the glutes. Don't want any injuries today. And slowly pull that knee back up. Inhale, fingertips reach for the sky. Hug your ribs in. And kick that right heel out. Take a breath. Imagine you're kicking me again. Exhaling, pendulum yourself all the way down and back to standing splits. Reach that heel back. Look at your hands. Hop the left foot back so you can plant them on the earth. Grip the ground with your fingertips and turn your inner elbows forward, pressing the ground away. Feel your shoulder blades spread. Look in between your thumbs and lift your left heel up. So this may be where you stay again. If you'd like to take a few hops, take a breath, have patience, and take a tiny hop. Drawing your knee in towards your chest. That right leg should be like a pendulum, not a swing, okay? Nothing is swinging here. It's all controlled. And on your last hop, maybe you find some hang time and you take a deep inhale. Exhaling, step or float back to plank or chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Sigh it out. Inhale, right leg to sky. Exhaling, draw the knee to your left upper arm, squeeze. Inhale, stretch it back, lengthen. Exhaling, step wide on your mat. Pivot your back heel flat. Breathe in, fingertips forward and up, warrior one. Take a breath here, hug your ribs in. Exhaling, clasp hands behind the back. Drag your knuckles down, heart opens, take an inhale. Exhale, bend or straighten the front leg. Pull the hip back, fold halfway forward. Keep energetically pulling your right hip back. Send the chest forward, take a breath. Exhale, bring left hand to earth. Inhale, right fingertips to sky. Deep breath here. Exhaling, bend the front knee. Squeeze the inner thighs to drag your back foot forward and up, revolved half moon. Take a breath, open the chest to your right. Exhaling, turn it down, standing splits, heel to sky. Step your left foot back, plant your palms, inhale, right leg to sky. Without thinking about it, drop those forearms down. We're going to take 5 deep breaths here, pressing the forearms down, stretching that right leg back. Keep breathing, lengthening the sides of your arms. Again, your palms can come together if you have tight shoulders. Let's take one more breath. Stretch that foot up higher. And exhale, bring it down. Your choice, however you want to get there. Take the vinyasa, and I'll meet you. Downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. Sigh it out, exhale. Our last set of standing postures. Let's do this. Breathe in, rise to your toes, look forward. Exhaling, step or float to the top of the mat. Take an inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold it in, release. Breathe in, fingertips reach for the sky. Exhaling, draw hands through heart, ground at your center. Just taking a half salutation, catching our breath. Breathe in, stretch tall. Exhale, fold forward, soften the hips. Inhaling, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Come forward to your toes, lower halfway. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, stretch your left leg back long. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, gaze under that left arm. Now this time you can either stay here, or if you have space, keep taking that left foot down and back, pivoting the right foot flat, and lifting the hips up. Inhale, wild thing. Open your chest up to the ceiling and take a deep inhale. Exhaling, turn it down. Inhale, stretch left toes back. Exhaling, step forward. Dig into the balls of both feet. Breathe in, high lunge, fingertips reach. Take a strong breath here. Exhaling, clasp opposite elbows behind the back. Lunge into that front knee and inhale, dip your chest back, folding over those forearms. Exhaling, fold halfway. Pressing into your back foot, hug your ribs in and look forward. Try to keep the bind, squeeze your inner thighs, and gracefully drag your back foot forward and up to warrior three. Take a breath here, pull your shoulders down. Exhaling, release the bind, standing splits, heel to sky. Last time with these, step your right foot back. Plant your palms, inhale, left leg to sky. Drop your forearms to the earth and hop your right leg in. So this time you can stay here and get that stretch again. If you would like to try a few hops, you can do them against a wall if you're not ready for free standing. Otherwise, take a breath, hug your ribs in. Press your forearms down. Take a few tiny hops, trying to find some hang time in a forearm stand, okay? You really shouldn't have to do that much hopping, okay? It should be more of a graceful glide upwards, okay? Take a few breaths wherever you're at today. And then exhaling, step back, come up to a plank pose. Come forward to your toes, lower halfway. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Let it out. Just remember, those harder postures, those more advanced postures are just postures, right? They're just a way to experience, to maybe challenge yourself a little bit, but they're by no means mean anything whether or not you can do them, okay? Let's take one more breath in. Sigh it out. Inhaling, stretch your right leg back. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, gaze under that right arm. Again, you can stay here, or if you have space, take that right foot all the way back. Lift your hips. Inhale, wild thing, chest opens. Exhaling, turn down. Plant your palm. Inhale, right leg stretches back. Exhaling, step forward. Press into both feet, squeezing the inner thighs. Inhale, fingertips stretch for the sky. Take a deep breath here. Exhaling, scissoring up those inner thighs. Clasp opposite elbows behind the back. And then leaning over the forearms, dip your head back. Exhaling, fold halfway. Hug your ribs in and keep pressing into your back foot. Lunge into that front knee to gracefully drag your foot forward and up. Warrior three. Take a strong breath in. And exhale, release. Plant your palms. Step your left foot back. Inhale, right leg to sky. Deep breath. Exhaling, drop forearms to the earth. Here's your moment to shine, right? If you want to. You don't have to. You can bring your palms together however you choose. Take a breath and maybe do a few tiny hops or try to glide that right leg up. You should really be pressing into the forearms, okay? Hug your belly and try to stretch the sides of your arms long. Take a few breaths wherever you are at today. And exhaling, release. Step back, plank pose. Wash it away, come forward, lower halfway. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Sigh it out. We're all done with the hard stuff. Another breath in. Sigh it out. Inhale, rise to your toes, gaze forward. Exhale, come through all the way to your backs. Ha! We're here. We've made it. Take your arms along the sides. Bring your feet in to plant hip width apart on the earth. Soften yourself down. Relax. Take a breath in. On your exhale, draw your whole spine towards the earth. Again, breathe in. Draw your whole spine towards the earth. On your next breath in, lift hips, ribs up. Pressing into your feet. Lift, lift, lift those hips. If you have space, crawl your shoulder blades underneath you. And maybe clasp the hands behind the back. In a bridge pose. So we're kind of reversing all that forward folding we did today. Keep squeezing the inner thighs and take 3 more breaths here. Use your glutes to lift up. And exhaling, lower down. Sway your knees from side to side. Take a moment. And draw your knees back through center, kneecaps facing the ceiling. I'm going to cue Urdhva Dhanurasana, or full wheel pose. If that's not in your practice yet, or you're not ready for it, just take bridge again, the one we just did. Let's take a breath in. Let it out. Draw your spine towards the earth. On your next breath in, start to lift your hips and ribs up. If you're taking bridge, you can walk those shoulder blades under. If you're taking Urdhva Dhanurasana, place your hands beside your head, elbows facing up. Fingers are facing the feet. Take a breath. Hug your elbows in and slowly push to lift yourself up into a full wheel pose. You want to be hugging your elbows in, opening your shoulders up, and sending your head towards the back of the mat. Take a few breaths. If you need to, lift your heels up. It takes a little pressure off the spine. When exhaling, drop your head, shoulders. If you're in bridge, lower yourself down. Sway knees from side to side. And then slowly come back through center. Cross your ankles, pull your knees into your chest. You can rock yourself forward and back, coming all the way up to a seat. Nice job. Scoop your flesh up from underneath your tailbone. Sit your spine up tall. And take a breath here. If you're super tight, you may want to sit on a pillow or blanket or a block, okay? Otherwise, breathe in. And slowly take that left knee into your chest. Step the left foot outside the right thigh and take a breath here. This may be where you stay. If you'd like to go a little further, bend your right knee. Take the heel outside your left glute. Deep inhale here, lift your spine tall. Arms up over the head. Exhaling, twist to your left. Grab a hold of the outside of that left thigh and prop your left fingertips behind you. I want you to keep your spine tall and up, gazing off your left shoulder. Try not to lean back, okay? Lift up. Take a few breaths. Really hugging that left knee. And slowly turn it back through center. Release. Unwind. Pull your right knee in. Step the foot outside your left thigh. And again, if you have space, bend your left knee. Take the heel outside your right glute. Inhaling, lift your spine tall. Reach fingertips up. Exhale, twist to your right. Grab a hold of that right thigh. Then prop fingertips behind you to lift that spine up. Take a few breaths. Maybe gaze off your right shoulder. One more inhale, twist into it. And slowly pull it back through center. Unwind the legs, wiggle the feet. Pull your feet in and place your feet together. So bottoms of your feet are together. Resist the urge to pull your heels in towards you. I want you to take them out farther away from your body. Scoop your flesh out from underneath your tailbone, and then lift your spine up tall. Take a strong breath in. Exhaling, hinge at the waist, fold forward. Drop your neck, let your head hang. And take a few breaths. You can grab a hold of your feet and gently pull yourself forward. But make sure you're not yanking, okay? Just lightly pull and then fold into it. Take a few more breaths, trying to get a little closer to the ground. Having patience with your muscles. They need a little bit of time to get those real stretches, right? Slow it down and just be present right here. Finish this practice strong for you. Let's take one more breath. And slowly lift yourself back up. We're going to do one last little stretch here. Open your legs nice and wide. Scoop that flesh out from underneath your tailbone. And let's take a nice breath in. Lift your chest up. Exhaling, fold over your hip creases forward. Walk your chest forward until you can't any further, and then drop your head last. Try to soften the inner thighs. Release the tension in your back. Soften the space between your eyebrows. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. Just completely surrender to the force of gravity here. Let yourself fall. Stop resisting. Let go. We're going to be here for a few more breaths, so try to focus on just releasing any bits of tension you're still carrying, any grip you're still holding. Give yourself permission to just be here, to release. Let's take 2 more breaths, really getting deep into the stretch. And slowly pull yourself back up. Let's bring the feet together, facing the front of your mat, and lay all the way down onto your backs. Do one last little twist here, so pull your knees in, draw them into your chest, and let them fall off to your right. Open your arms up and gaze off your left shoulder. You can adjust your hips as needed, but we're only going to be here for a couple breaths. Slowly pull the knees in and let them fall off to your left. Open the arms, gaze off that right shoulder. Maybe you even hold on to the outside of your right thigh. Slowly pull it back through center. Stretch your feet out. Relax your arms along your sides. And take one last breath in through the nose. Side out exhale. Relax your feet, your legs, your chest, your face. And enjoy just a minute of Shavasana. Start to bring a little movement to your hands, to your feet, wiggling the toes, maybe tapping the thumb to each fingertip. Let's take one last breath in. Stretch your arms up over your head like you're taking a nice morning stretch. Reach your toes, reach your fingertips. And exhale, pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice warm squeeze. Thank your body. Thank everything it did for you today. Everything it does for you every day. And slowly roll off to whichever side feels comfortable. Maybe using your hand as a pillow. Take a breath. And taking your time, slowly bring yourself up to come and meet me in a seat. Crossing the legs. Bringing hands together, thumbs plugging at your sternum. Lift your spine up tall, giving yourself space to breathe and take one last inhale. Press your belly up, fill out your lungs. And exhale, draw it in. Let go one last time. And just leave with knowing that in this space, in this yoga practice, even if you only have 15 minutes a day, take this time so that you can recollect, so that you can feel better, and that you can have these moments of freedom, these moments where you don't need to do or be anything other than who you are. You don't need to prove anything. This is your space. This is your practice here. Thank you for joining me today, for sharing this space, and for working super hard. I hope to see you back again. Namaste. So that's it. That's our flow for today. Hopefully you got yourself stretched out. Make sure if you have any questions to ask them in the comments. Please give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all of your support here. And other than that, I hope to see you again. Stay tuned, and I will see you for the next video.